Welcome to this episode of Hip Hop History. This week we are talking about a true legend in two games like Pee Wee Kirkland. This week we are talking about Dante Terrell Smith, who was born on December 11th, 1973 in Brooklyn, New York City. The son of Sharon Smith and Abdul Rahman Smith, the eldest of 12 children and stepchildren. He was raised by his mother in Brooklyn while his father lived in New Jersey. His father was initially a member of the Nation of Islam and later followed Imam Warith Muhammad, who merged into a mainstream Sunni Islam from the Nation of Islam. Mos Def was not exposed to Islam until the age of 13. He is close friends with fellow Muslim hip-hop artists Ali Shaheed Muhammad and Q-Tip. Mos Def attended middle school in Philippa Shula Middle School in Bushwick, Brooklyn, where he picked up his love for acting. Prior to his career in music, Dante Smith entered public life as a child actor, having played roles in television movies, sitcoms, and theater. Some of these were under the name of Dante Bees. At the age of 14, he appeared in TV movie God Bless the Child, starring Mara Winningham, which aired on ABC in 1988. He played the oldest child in the 1990 family sitcom You Take the Kids shortly before it was canceled. In 1995, he played the character Dante, Bill Cosby's sidekick on the short-lived detective show The Cosby Mysteries. In 1996, he starred in a Visa check card commercial featuring Deion Sanders. He also had a small role alongside Michael Jackson in his short film and music video Ghost in 1997. After returning from filming You Take the Kids in Los Angeles and getting into a relationship with the older girl, Mos Def dropped out of high school during his sophomore year. Growing up in New York City during the crack epidemic of the 1980s and early 90s, he has spoken about witnessing widespread instances of gang violence, theft, and poverty in society, which he largely avoided by working on plays, off-Broadway, and arts programs. In a particularly traumatic childhood experience, Mos Def witnessed his then 5-year-old younger brother, Ilis Bey, born Denard Smith, get hit by a car. Ilis later adopted the alias DCQ and was described by Mos Def as his first partner in hip-hop. Mos Def began his music career in 1994, forming the group UTD, or Urban Thermodynamics, along with the younger brother, DCQ, and high school friend, Cess. In 2004, they released their album Manifest Destiny, their first and only release to date. The album features a compilation of previously unreleased and re-released tracks recorded during the original UTD run. In 1996, Mos Def emerged as a solo artist and worked with De La Soul and the Bush Babies before he released his own first single, Universal Magnetic, in 1997. Mos Def signed with Rawkus Records and formed the rap group Black Star with Talib Kweli. The duo released an album, Mos Def and Talib Kweli are Black Star, in 1998. Mostly produced by High Tech, the album features the singles Respiration and Definition, which both reached in the Billboard Hot R&B and Hip Hop Songs chart. Mos Def released his solo debut album Black on Both Sides on October 1999, also through Rawkus. The single Miss Fat Booty charted, while the album reached number 25 on the Billboard 200. Around this time, he also contributed to the Skritty Polity album Anomi and Bon Homie. In 2000, paired with Talib Kweli, Mos Def organized the Hip Hop for Respect project to speak out against police brutality. The project was created in response to the 1999 police shooting of Amadou Diallo and sought to accumulate 41 artists to the roster, one to match each of the 41 gunshots fired at Dalu. Mos Def is well known for his activism. In that same year, he performed at a benefit concert for death row inmate Mumia Abu Jamal. In 2001, he took a supporting role to Beyonce Knowles and Mekhi Phifer in the MTV movie Carmen, a hip-opera. He played Lieutenant Miller, a crooked cop. In 2002, he played the role of Booth in Susan Laurie Park's Top Dog Underdog, a Tony-nominated and Pulitzer-winning Broadway play. He and co-star Jeffrey Wright won a special award from the Outer Critics Circle Award for their joint performance. He also played Left Ear in the 2003 film The Italian Job. That same year, he appeared in the Alicia Keys music video You Don't Know My Name, ordering fish and a hot chocolate. In January 2002, Rawkus Records was taken over by Geffen Records, which released his second solo album, The New Danger, in 2004. It included contributions from Shuggie Otis, Bernie Worrell, Doug Wimbush, and Will Calhoun as the Black Jack Johnson Band. The album reached number 5 on the Billboard 200, making it the most successful for Mos Def to date. The single Sex, Love, and Money charted and was nominated for a Grammy Award. In television, Mos Def has appeared on NYPD Blue, Comedy Central's The Chappelle Show, and hosted the award-winning HBO spoken word show Def Poetry. He also appeared on the sitcom My Wife and Kids as the disabled friend of Michael Kyle. Mos Def won Best Actor in an Independent Movie at the 2005 Black Reel Awards for his portrayal of Detective Sergeant Lucas in The Woodsman. In May 2005, Mos Def, Talib Kweli, R&B singer Martin Luther, and City Councilman Charles Barron approached New York City Hall demanding the withdrawal of the $1 million bounty for Asita Shakur. For his portrayal as Vivian Thomas in HBO's film Something the Lord Made, he was nominated for an Emmy and a Golden Globe, and won the Image Award. He also played a bandleader in HBO's Laquana Blues. He then landed the role of Ford Perfect in the 2005 movie adaptation of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. In September 2005, Mos Def released the single Katrina Clap, renamed Dollar Day for the True Magic, utilizing the instrumental for the New Orleans rappers UTP's Know Ya Clap. The song is a criticism of the Bush administration response to Hurricane Katrina. On the night of the MTV Video Music Awards, Mos Def pulled up in front of Radio City Music Hall in a flatbed truck and began performing Katrina Clap in front of a crowd that quickly gathered around him. He was subsequently arrested for not having a public performance permit in his possession. Mos Def's final solo album for Geffen Records, titled True Magic, was released in 2006, as well as appearing in Dave Chappelle's Block Party alongside Black Star partner Talib Kweli, while also contributing to the film's soundtrack. He was also featured as a banjo player in the Pixie sketch from The Chappelle Show, The Lost Episodes, though his appearance was edited out of the DVD. He starred in the action film 16 Blocks alongside Bruce Willis and David Morris. He also landed a recurring guest role on Boondocks, starring as Gangstalicious. He is set to be in Toussaint, a film about Haitian revolutionary Toussaint Louverture, opposite Don Cheadle and Wesley Snipes. He made a cameo appearance as himself in the movie Talladega Nights: The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. In 2007, Mos Def narrated the PBS broadcast documentary Prince Among Slaves. On November 7, 2007, Mos Def performed live in San Francisco at the Mezzanine venue. The performance was recorded for an upcoming live in concert DVD. During the event, he announced that he would be releasing a new album called The Aesthetic. He performed a number of new tracks. In later shows, he previewed tracks produced by Madlib and was rumored to be going to Kanye West for new material. Producer and fellow Def poet I'll Be Back revealed he would be producing on the album as well. The album was released on June 9, 2009, but only Madlib's production made the cut, along with tracks by Preservation, The Neptunes, Mr. Flash, Madlib's brother Oh No, Jay Dillett, and Georgie Ann Melodro. Mos Def appears alongside Kanye West on the track Two Words from his College Dropout album, the track Drunken Hot Girls, and the bonus track Good Night off West's third major label album, Graduation. In 2002, he released a 12-inch single, Fine, which was featured in the Brown Sugar motion picture soundtrack. In October, he signed a deal with Downtown Records and appeared on a remix to the song DANCE by Justice. He appeared on Stephen Marley's debut album, Mind Control, on the song Hey Baby. In 2008, Mos Def starred in the Michael Gondry movie Be Kind, Rewind, playing a Vento retail store employee whose best friend, played by co-star Jack Black. He also portrayed Chuck Berry in the film Cadillac Records, for which he was nominated for the Black Reel Award and an Image Award. In April 2008, he appeared on the single track for a new album by The Roots entitled Rising Down. The new single, Life in Marvelous Times, was made officially available through iTunes on November 4th, 2008, and is available to stream on The Roots website, OK Player. In 2009, he appeared in the House episode entitled Locked In as a patient suffering from locked-in syndrome. He was also in the 2009 film Next Day Air. That same year, he worked with Somali-Canadian rapper Kanan to produce the track America for Kanan's album Troubadour. In April 2009, Mos Def traveled to South Africa for the first time, where he performed with the Robert Glasper Experiment at the renowned Cape Town International Jazz Festival. He treated the South African audience with an encore introduced by his own rendition of John Coltrane's A Love Supreme, followed by a sneak preview of a new track, MD, Doctor. Mos Def also designed 2 pairs of limited edition Converse shoes. The shoes were released through Foot Locker stores on August 1st, 2009 in limited amounts. In late 2009, Mos Def created his own clothing line, Underground brand, called the Mos Def Cut and Sew Collection. The items were released in select US stores and almost exclusively on the Underground website. 2009 also found Mos Def among the MCs aligning themselves with American entrepreneur Dame Dash's DD172 and collaborating with American blues rock band The Black Keys for the Black Rock album, a project headed by The Black Keys and Dame Dash. Mos Def appeared with the Harlem-bred rapper Jim Jones and The Black Keys on The Late Show with David Letterman to perform the Black Rock track Ain't Nothing Like You, Hoochie Coo. In 2010, he appeared on the children's show Yo Gabba Gabba as Super Mr. Superhero. He also appeared in A Free Man of Color, John Boyre's play at the Vivian Baymont Theater. In March 2010, Mos Def's song Quiet Dog Bite Hard was featured in Palm's Life Moves Fast, Don't Miss a Thing campaign. Mos Def features on the first single, Stylo, from the third Gorillaz album, Plastic Beach, alongside soul legend Bobby Womack. He also appears on the track titled Sweepstakes. In September 2010, after appearing on Kanye West's Good Friday track, Lord, 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 Mos Def confirmed that he had signed with Good Music. Mos Def has been an active contributor to the recovery of the oil spill in the Gulf, performing concerts and raising money towards repairing its damages. In June 2010, he recorded a cover of the classic New Orleans song originally by Smokey Johnson, It Ain't My Fault, with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band, Lenny Kravitz, and Trombone Shorty. In 2011, he began a multi-episode appearance on the 6th season of Showtime television series Dexter. He played Brother Sam, an ex-convict who supposedly found religion despite finding himself in violent situations. In September 2011, Mos Def announced that he had legally changed his name to Yasin Bey and would go by that name. Shortly after that announcement, he recorded as the narrator of the children's hip-hop musical Pacha's Pajamas, a story written by nature. He stated, "The earth was given as a trust to mankind, so we have the responsibility to look after it, take care of it, treat it with respect, because it's a gift from the creator to us. We're so dependent on natural world, the natural world's also dependent on us. If we don't treat it good, it's not going to treat us very good either." In January 2012, it was reported that Bey and Talib Kweli had begun to resurrect Black Star. In 2015, Bey was featured on A$AP Rocky's second studio album, At Long Last A$AP, on the track Back Home, alongside A-Side and the deceased A$AP Yams. In July 2013, Mos Def, under the new name Yasin Bey appeared in a short film released by the human rights organization Reprieve, depicting the force-feeding methods used by the Guantanamo Bay detention camp. This transpired after a document containing the military instructions for the procedure was leaked. Bey again revived his Mos Def moniker for 2 new songs in August 2015 titled Basquiat Ghostwriter and Sensei on the Block. In January 2016, Mos Def was ordered to leave South Africa and not return for 5 years, having stayed in the country illegally on an expired tourist visa granted in May 2013. Also that month, he was charged with using an unrecognized world passport and having lived illegally in South Africa since 2014. Mos Def has reportedly recruited Kanye West to help defend him and posted a message on West's website in January 9, 2016 saying, I'm retiring from the music recording industry as it is currently assembled today, and also Hollywood, effective immediately. I'm releasing my final album this year, and that's that. After announcing his retirement, he expressed gratitude to everyone who had supported him over the years and revealed his intentions to enter the fashion industry and complete a handful of films. They also confirmed he still planned to release a collaborative project with Ferrari Shepherd called December 99th. There was an ongoing court case in relation to the immigration offenses involving the artist and his family. He was allowed to leave South Africa on November 22, 2016, but was barred from coming back. In March 2016, it was announced that he had been attached to star in quote-unquote last live-action film, The Disconnected, a science fiction thriller. In October 2016, a planned concert in London was cancelled due to travel restrictions imposed on the artist, while other European dates suffered the same fate. On October 14, 2016, Bey posted a video on Facebook where he announced that he was still planning to retire. He also announced one last concert which he said would be live streaming from Cape Town, South Africa. In November 2016, he was granted the ability to leave but not re-enter South Africa and was put on South Africa's undesirable persons list. He said he would perform 1 show in Harlem and 3 in Washington, D.C. after leaving South Africa. He announced that December 99th, his final album would be released on December 9th. He released 3 singles from it, Local Time, N.A.W., and Seaside Panic Room. On December 5th, 2016, he announced the title of 2 albums, Negus in Natural Person and As Promised, the latter of which is a collaboration with Southern hip-hop producer Manny Fresh, initially titled OMFGOD. His claims of retirement were seen as questionable as he played shows at Fox Theater in Oakland as part of Black Star and performed on Gorillaz' Humans World Tour, performing Stylo with Pevin Everett, who filled in for Bobby Womack, who died in 2014. In February 2018, Mos Def announced on stage a new Black Star studio album to be released in 2018. The album will be produced by Madlib. No specific release date was made available, but later on that year, Bey appeared on the titular track of Kids See Ghosts, the collaborative effort of Kanye West and Kid Cudi. In September 2018, Bey and advertising executive Tree Richardson opened an art exhibit to the public in an art gallery in the South Bronx called The Compound, centered around hip-hop and fine art. The goal of the gallery was to help bridge the gap between the two fields by showcasing artists from marginalized backgrounds who normally would not be represented in art galleries. Art forms with negative connotations such as graffiti as presented in a more optimal context. The purpose of the gallery is to say that all art is equal. Mr. Richardson said, well, we are in the borough that created hip-hop, which is the biggest art form in the world, so it's always an extending arm. It's always present. In March 2019, he debuted his latest album, pronounced Negus, at a listening session as part of Art Basel Hong Kong. In a press release, he said that the album will continue to unfold as a series of varied installations around the world. He has no plans of releasing an album digitally or physically. On June 28, 2019, Bey appeared on Bandana, an album by Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, alongside Black Thought on a track named Education. Mos Def has influenced numerous hip-hop artists throughout his career, including Lupe Fiasco, Jay Electronica, Kid Cudi, and Saigon. Kendrick Lamar also mentioned Mos Def as a very early inspiration. Amy Winehouse also named Mos Def as one of her main musical inspirations. Mos Def married Maria Yepes in 1996. They have 2 children together. He filed for divorce from Yepes in 2006. Mos Def has 4 children. His mother, Sharon Smith, who goes by her nickname Umi, has played an active role managing portions of her son's career. She is also a motivational speaker and has authored the book Shine Your Light, a life skills workbook, where she details her experience as a mother raising Mos Def. Now let's go over Mos Def's discography. Mos Def and Talib Kweli are Black Star in 1998, Black on Both Sides in 1999, The New Danger in 2004, Manifest Destiny with Cess and DCQ as UTD in 2004, True Magic in 2006, The Ecstatic in 2009, December 99th with Ferry Shepherd as December 99th, Negus in 2019. There was also a new Black Star album, No Fear of Time, coming to Luminary on May 3rd, 2022. Now let's go over the filmography. In Ghost as Dante in 1997, Where's Marlowe as Wilt Crawley in 1998, Freestyle The Art of Rhyme as himself, Bamboozled as Big Black Africa, and Island of the Dead in Robbie J, all in 2002, Bamboozled as Big Black Africa, and Island of the Dead as Robbie J, all in 2000. He also recorded a song for the soundtrack of Bamboozled, Carmen, a hip-hopera as Lieutenant Miller, and Monsters Ball as Reyes Cooper in 2001, Showtime as Lazy Boy, Civil Orville Brand as Michael Meadows, Brown Sugar as Chris Anton Volshin, and one episode of My Wife and Kids as Tommy, all in 2002, The Italian Job as Left Ear in 2003, The Woodsman as Detective Lucas, and Something the Lord Made as Vivian Thomas, in which he was nominated for an Emmy, Golden Globe, and an Image Award for his role, all in 2004. 2005, he was in Aquana Blues as the band leader, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy as Ford Perfect, and The Boondocks as Gangstalicious, a voiceover role from 2005 to 2008. Dave Chappelle's Block Party as himself, 16 Blocks as Eddie Bunker, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby as himself, Journey to the End of Time as Wimba, all in 2006, Prince Among Slaves as the narrator in 2007, Be Kind Rewind as Mike, Cadillac Records as Chuck Berry, both in 2008, Next Day Error as Eric, one episode of House as Lee in 2009, I'm Still Here and Bouncing Cats as himself, and one episode of Yo Gabba Gabba as Super Mr. Superhero, all in 2010, Dexter as Brother Sam in Season 6 in 2011, he was credited as Mos Def in 2 episodes and Yasin Bey in 3, Begin Again as Saul in 2013, Life of Crimes as Ordell Robbie, and The Getaway as himself in Season 2, Episode 7, in 2014 and in 2015 in Amy as himself. I really give much of my own opinion on this podcast because I feel like we get enough shows with opinions and think pieces today. I just want to add that Yasin Bey's work on Something the Lord Made is a masterclass in acting. I genuinely believe he should have won the Emmy in 2004. That's how amazing he is in that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Go watch it. It will sincerely move you and you will learn something. Okay, Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, is a national treasure. During the height of the pandemic in 2020, Yasin, Dave Chappelle, and Talib Kweli, amongst their friends, recorded a podcast series that lives on Luminary app. Yasin Bey has been influential in music, film, podcasting, humanitarianism, religion, and life. Yasin is an ever-evolving human who we can all learn from. He is gifted in his ability to express himself in film and in music that he shares with the world. I hope Yasin is not done sharing his gift for a very long time. Thank you, Yasin Bey, aka Mos Def, for everything you provided to the world. It's truly special. Thank you. And thank you for listening to this episode of Hip Hop History. Please like, subscribe, and leave a review where possible. Thank you and have a great day.